up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. Squeaky chair Saturday time. It's been a few days. Sorry about that. Life has been busy. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. I wanted to talk about where you should sell your cards. Where should you be selling cards? There are a lot of places to be selling cards. You've got your tried and trues, Tcgplayer, eBay, and you've got other places now. You've got Misprint, you've got Manapool, you've got, I forgot the third one I was thinking of, but there's like a whole bunch of different places that are starting to pop up where they're either specialized in one game or where you can sell multiple things. And I had a few questions come my way in my Discord and some other people that were they were fun conversations. They were a little constructive, I would say. And they were asking like, hey, why don't you give this place a shot? Or why don't you try selling your Pokemon on Misprint? And why don't you try doing this, that, the other? And I didn't want my responses to come off like why would I? Or like rude. But there's a reason why I don't. And I wanted to talk about that today. So, before we do, if you have not been here before, my name is Bronzgod, and I am sitting in a very squeaky chair. And I sell trading cards only on Tcgplayer and eBay. Maybe sometime down the road somewhere else, but Tcgplayer and eBay have been averaging about $40,000 a year in sales, mostly in bulk. We are looking to exceed that by the end of the year. In addition to that, we have two other channels, one for weight loss, one for gaming, both of those in the description, so either of those interest you, feel free to check those out. We do also have a growing list of affiliate codes. Right now we have Mox Alpha and more recently Card Uploader. So if you want to save a little money and I can make a little money, click on those and we can both win. So, I only sell on Tcgplayer and eBay right now. Given my schedule and time, that's basically what I can handle. Not only that, but the way I'm setting up my business is going to be a lot different than many of you might. I'm going the card store route. I want my own store. I want to have, I've said this plenty of times, I want a Star City Games. I want these big places that have warehouses of cards where they literally have everything for people to buy. And it doesn't make sense, for the most part, for me to constantly be liquidating everything, just sifting it and sending it on its way. Everything here is going to have value at some point, and there will be situations where we need to liquidate it, and that's perfectly fine. But for the most part, we are on the like mega slow dime path, right? There's this. If everyone's heard slow dime versus fast nickel, we are definitely on like the long con plan, and that's just the way I want to do it. There are a lot of new sellers. There are a lot of people just getting into this. There are a lot of people watching my content, watching plenty of the other marvelous creators. I don't know why I just picked up these code cards. Marvelous creators trying to coach you and show you how to start, or maybe even give you tips on how to continue to grow your own side hustle or TCG business. It can be very enticing to get onto all these platforms right away, but especially if you're starting, I would strongly advise and recommend for you to pick one place and just grind it out there. A lot of people might not agree with this, but I would honestly say to go with Tcgplayer if you're starting off. 3 or 6 months. Give it 3 or 6 months of selling the bulkiest of bulk, figuring out if you even like doing this. Do you like sorting cards? Do you like sifting cards? I wouldn't even consider buying a scanner. I would not buy literally anything except for your body, which you own already, and the cards you need. Because there is going to be a point where when things eventually kind of taper off, you're going to need to have a foundation. You're needing to have some systems in place. And if you are just blowing all your cards out on all these platforms, lickety-split, you're not going to be setting yourself up for a good time. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible to sell on multiple platforms and do fine. A lot of people do, and that's great. I do it on Tcgplayer and eBay. Some do it on Tcgplayer, eBay, Manapool, and misprint, and what's the other one? Card something, card ladder, not card ladder. Wait, there's another one that starts with card. Anyway, a lot of those guys are your bigger sellers, right? Your RNG games, your Cardinal Gaming, your stores that do multi-million dollars worth of sales. Now, there are smaller guys that can do that can put that weight on their shoulders to sell on multiple platforms, more than 2, more than 3. But you don't even know if you like selling cards yet. You just know that it is a very easy way to make money right now. It's very hard to mess up in the current market that we're in. And you want to get off to an amazing start. You want to skip the basics. If we were in a video game, you're hitting skip tutorial and you're getting to the first stage. You do not want to do that with trading cards. You don't. Because, like I said, things are not going to always be like this. 3 years ago, they weren't like this. When I started selling trading cards, it was not good. Pokemon boxes were $90 to $100. Bulk was like damn near $5 per 1,000. Magic was in the toilet. Like, you had to find ways to be able to eke out every cent. And if you're just blasting all of your cards especially at the very beginning, if you're just blasting everything out there, making whatever you can on whatever you can, not building an inventory, not letting things sit for a little bit and do their thing, what are we doing? What are you doing? I could be part of the problem, but when you see someone like me or the other people that you're watching, when you see the amount of sales other people do, you want those sales as well. I do the same thing right now, even though I just said that. I see other people, it's like, man, I wish I was doing more. But that's what separates the guys that are in this for the long term and the guys or girls that are in here to just, do a little side thing. And if it doesn't work out for them, it doesn't work out for them. If you want to do this like a business, you have to treat it like a business. Fast nickels are great. There's always those opportunities where you can buy something and sell it immediately to get a couple bucks. You don't have to do that with everything. That is why I stick to 2 platforms. I have Tcgplayer, which I very much consider it to be the Amazon of trading cards. If I want to flush stuff out and flush it out fast, I put it on there and I know I'm going to make a little less. But if I want that velocity, it goes there. eBay is a little more shopper focused. It's a little more intimate. You have your storefront. You can have your logo, your branding. They come into your store. They go, what's this? Oh, okay, boom. Bam. So I treat that as 2 different sides to my building, my business. And it's working out so far. I'm not going through things particularly crazy. Some days I'll have $40 in sales. Some days I'll have $300 in sales. Some weeks there's $900 in sales. Some weeks there's only $200 in sales. And even though I'm not maxing out, thousands of dollars a week right now, I know that when this craziness ends, if you were to take my heart rate, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be doing this. And this is where I want to be, right? I don't mind making those little jumps to get like a quick flip, quick turnover. Those are good, but you don't want to be deadlined. And I always wanted to stay consistent because I'm going to be doing this in the long haul. I'm in here for the long game. This is my way out of my job. This is my way out of a lot of things. And I just don't want anyone starting or anyone else out there who is, figuring out what their way to try their hardest to just get every sale for the sake of getting every sale. Sales are very good for the ego. You see 50 sales, like, ooh, I got 50 sales. But if you're not making anything on those, what are you really doing, right? There will be some sales where you get it and you make a dime or 15 cents or 20 cents. Those happen. But if you're blowing out your cards just to get 100 sales in a week to say you got 100 sales, I don't want this to sound elitist, but that's a problem. That is a problem. It's okay to hold on to your cards. It is okay to build an inventory. when you don't get sales for a day, especially when you start off, if you know, what I've seen a lot is a lot of people saying, man, I just need to find more bulk. I just need to find more bulk. I just picked up 10,000 cards, but I need to find more. What are you doing with those 10,000 cards? Are you just sifting it and sending it off to the next person? Sifting is a perfectly fine thing to do. But when you're starting off, it might make sense to maybe do what I did, which is list everything. It might make sense to hold on to those cards for a little while and repurpose them in a different way to make a little bit more money. Trust me, when I was originally listing everything, I had a rack this tall. It was started here and there. And it wasn't even this big. I had 4 of these stacked on top of each other on 2 different rows. I was pulling boxes in to put other boxes back. It was a mess. But I listed every single card to make sure that I can make every 10 to 15 cents I could to make sure that I was making money. Now again, if you want to sift when you're starting, I'm not saying that that's not doable, but there's a lot of value that you're missing in not taking things a little slower. And there's a lot of value you're missing in not finding out how things work on a granular level. Your Gordon Ramsays, your top F1 racers, your top WWE wrestlers, all the greats are great because they have the basics down. They know every little nuance and every little tiny fiber. If something goes wrong, they know how to fix it. If this goes wrong, they know how to pivot. If they got a solution for everything. And if you're starting to sell, or if maybe you're an intermediate seller and you're kind of pivoting, trying to figure things out, if you don't have your systems clocked and you don't know, and you don't have every fiber of what you do locked down, it's a potential recipe for disaster. And it's hard. I know it's hard. I know it is hard to stay focused on your own track while other people are doing other things. I've vented about that recently. But you are building a business. And most businesses don't turn their inventory over 3 times a month. I don't know what the stats are, but I would guess to say that a company would be lucky to turn their whole inventory over once a year, maybe twice, I don't know. But they're not doing it 5 times a week. And that's what this type of market breeds. It's you know, I just bought 500 cards, a $500 card collection from somebody, and I just listed them and only sold 5 cards this week. That's how this usually works. It's usually not complete craziness where you just buy a collection and then sell the whole collection the next day for double your money. That is not normal. What is happening now is not normal. So you can enjoy it while you can, take advantage of it while you can, but you have to keep the greater picture in mind, and you have to keep your expectations tempered. You want to have a nice little wave, some nice little gains, maybe a little loss here, a little come up here. But if you're blowing out up here and then going straight to the bottom and then selling all your stuff to get back, that's not the way to go. It's not the way to go, guys. You don't have to do what I do, and you don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. But I promise you that if you take things a little slower, especially in the beginning, you're going to be setting yourself up for some way more success than you would if you just start going in there guns blazing when you really don't know what you're doing, or you don't have as big of a grasp on some other stuff. So if you're newer, just choose one, maybe choose 2. You don't need to spend $500 on Sort Swift. You don't need to spend $300 on Joe Schmo's uploading tool. You don't need to buy a Fujitsu scanner. You don't need to get a $30,000 sorting machine. Get in there, get dirty, do work, sort cards by hand, list cards by hand, take manual pictures on your phone for eBay, and I promise you, when the time comes that you can graduate and get these things, you don't even know if you like selling cards. What if you buy all this stuff and then you go, screw it, I don't like it? Like, you know what I mean? So just take your time, be smart, If you want to go for it, go for it. I'm not telling you not to. I've seen too many people over the years go gung ho and then they flame out and then they're out a bunch of money because they didn't even like it. Most of the people I know that are successful and are still in it are the ones that take it slow, and when the opportunities strike, they take them. But they're not always riding high. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you think I got right, what you guys think I got wrong, what your opinion on the matter is. I would love to hear it. Appreciate you guys very much and hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.